Hi guys, I'm Jolene and I'm currently a third year medical student going fourth year next year, which is tomorrow. So I decided that I should at least post one video before next year. So here I am on the 31st of December trying to make a video. So I'll just be talking about my third year in medical school, which is also my first year in the hospital. We call it the clinical year. A lot of things have happened and yeah, I've been gone for a year and it's very difficult to talk to a camera again. Ha! Anyways, to start off, I just finished year 3 and I'm going to year 4 next year. So how it works is that we have 2 years of preclinical studies, which is like studying anatomy, physiology and all the stuff in uni where we have normal lectures and tutorials like all the other students. And then in the clinical year, we'll go to hospital. We'll be based mainly in the hospital. We get our lectures and tutorials in the hospital. Yeah. So that's the difference. Also, in clinical year, we have 18 weeks per semester instead of the usual 12 weeks. So in the 18-week semester, we have 6 rotations which lasted 6 weeks. And we had a variety of like rotations. So I went through like cardiology, respiratory, endocrinology, oncology, hematology, orthopedics, vascular surgery, neurology, general surgery, general medicine, gastrointestinal, renal, and dermatology. So within the 6-week rotation, we actually have like tiny rotations inside. It was pretty cool. It was pretty interesting. Within the second week, I was really like drained because I have to wake up early in the morning and drive 1 hour to a hospital just to get to ward rounds on time. One of the main differences in year 3 as compared to preclinical year is that we go for ward rounds. So we'll go to the ward and we'll walk around to the different patients, the different beds that our patients are in, and the doctors will ask them, oh, how are you, and then take some a bit of examination and then to see if they can be discharged or they have to continue staying, and if they need any medication change, just to make sure that everything is okay. So that's like what ward rounds are for. And during ward rounds, as a year 3 medical student, what we usually do is that we grab files, like the patient files, the observation charts. So the observation charts like a thing where they'll record the heart rate, the breathing rate, the blood pressure and stuff like that. So besides ward rounds, we also have lectures and tutorials. So in my base hospital, we have lectures every Wednesday. So doctors will come in and teach us like a random, not random. They'll teach us a topic, like for example, acute myocardial infarction. That will be like one topic and they'll go on for about it for an hour. Or you can have like an orthopedic surgeon coming in talking to us about fractures for 1.5 hours. Most of the time it's a lot of studying on your own, going to wards, and just reading up a lot by yourself. That's what clinical year is like. But the doctors in the hospitals are very willing to teach, especially the year 5 students and then the interns. They'll always be like, oh, do you know like what is this? And they'll ask you questions. There's a hierarchy in the hospital. The biggest shot doctor is the consultant, then you have the registrar, then the resident, the intern, and then you have the year 5 medical students, and then you have us, the year 3 medical students. The year 4 medical students, in year 4 we do like a different set of rotations. I'll talk about it next year if I ever get around doing it. So being at the bottom of the food chain as a year 3 medical student, we don't get to do a lot of things during the ward rounds. To a certain extent, it depends on which team you're on. So I got to hear murmurs while on ward rounds, crackles, wheezes. So basically using the stethoscope and looking like a doctor and like just listening to people's lungs and hearts and stuff. We get to learn stuff, we get to see a lot of things, but most of the time you don't get to do much interactions. At the most, you'll just be reading off the observation charts, or maybe you could write some ward round notes. And carrying files, grabbing forms for the doctors. Most of the time I'm just doing that. When I go for ward rounds, one of the main reasons was just to see which patient is interesting to talk to, what kind of condition I want to learn. And then after the walk round, I'll just go to the patient and be like, oh hi, I'm a medical student, and are you happy to like have a chat with me about your condition, kind of thing. That's usually what I do. So we have this thing called the logbook, where we have to do procedures and get the senior doctors to sign it off. So what happens is that like there are several procedures that we had to do, like for example injection, drawing blood, venipuncture, cannulation, putting the drips in. We had to do like digital rectal examination, putting the catheters, and a few more. So yeah. Should I go into stories? I have so many stories. Do you guys want to hear my stories during my third year? Before I ramble off about my story time, we also have another thing that we had to do through the year. So it's called like MCR. I don't remember what it stands for. But what we have to do is that we have to find a patient which we do not know anything about, and then we have a doctor who examines us, taking a history or doing an examination on the patient. And after 7-8 minutes, we have to report back to the doctor like what we found out, and give the top 3 most probable differential, which is like the top 3 disease that you think the patient has. So we had to do it 6 times through the entire year, and it was fun because it's a bit like detective work. You go there, you don't know the patient, you look at the patient and you guess, oh, this patient is in the cardiology ward. I believe this is a heart attack. But it's not that simple, but you have to ask questions, but it's something like this. So there was one time, okay, story time now. So there was this one time, I still remember, that was my last MCR, and I had to find a patient. I was in the general medicine rotation at that point in time. So I didn't have any suitable patients to do my MCR on when I was on my last rotation. And I was getting a bit desperate because I felt sick, and then I was running out of time and stuff. So I went to ask one of my other friends, and she gave me this lady. She told me that, oh, this lady is very nice, you'll be able to talk to her, you'll be able to get her diagnosis. So what I had to do before I do the MCR, I had to ask for permission from the patient, like if it's okay that I talk to them and to have a doctor examine me while talking to them. So that's what I did. I went up to her bed and I knock on the door, and I'll be like, hi, I'm a medical student. And then still getting goosebumps from this. So like when the door was half closed, so I was like, I knocked, and then like there was no answer, so I opened the door, and then I looked inside and I was like, this patient looks pale. She looks like a very, very sick patient. But the thing was that there wasn't any drips or any machines around the patient. Usually when you see a very sick patient, they have like they'll have the mask and they'll have drips going into like their arms, and they'll just have a bunch of machines around them. But this patient, there were none, and she was just lying there with the blanket up to here in a very nicely tucked manner, and there was a single red rose in the center. And I was just like, why would anyone put a single red rose on someone? Why did anyone make it look as if she's dead? I was so confused, but because she looked so sick, I was worried that something was happening and like no one noticed. So I was like, I decided not to like wake the patient up, so I just went to the nurses station, and there were a few nursing students there. Then I was like, so this lady in bed XX, is she okay? Then they looked down at their list, and then they looked up at me, and they were like, she passed away 2 hours ago. Oh my god. That wasn't the first time I saw a dead person. I saw, like, we had to do dissection for anatomy during our preclinical year, so I have seen dead people before, but I've never seen a freshly dead person, if that makes sense. Like in preclinical year, they gave us enough preparation. Like they told us that we are bringing in dead people, so they're going to be cadavers, you're going to dissect cadavers. So we are very prepared that At least I am very prepared that, okay, I'm going to see cadaver, so that will be fine. But that day, it was just like, I was so nervous from trying, like, I was so nervous because I had to do my final MCI and I don't want to screw it up. And I really want the patient, and then I go in and for the whole day I was just like, the whole time I was just thinking like, it's not scary, like she doesn't look scary, nothing is scary in any aspect, she just looks very peaceful. But I don't know, I was just like super shaken from it. But yeah, that was my incident with a dead patient during my last few weeks of my rotation. On that note, I'm going to end the video. I hope everyone have a very happy new year, because it's going to be New Year tonight, and hope everyone fulfill your New Year resolutions in 2019. And one of my New Year resolution for 2019 is to make YouTube videos, which is why I'm here today. For the next 2 weeks, we're going for like a medical attachment in Korea with the surgical intensive care unit, so that would be cool. But they haven't emailed me anything about this, so I don't know where to go, where to report, like what to wear, what time to go, and all that stuff. So wish me luck. And I'll probably be vlogging when I'm there, so if you're interested, stay tuned. And if there's anything anyone wants to know about, ask me. So bye guys, hope to see you guys again. Hope that you don't find me boring. Oh my god. So I hope that you guys enjoyed the video, and if you want to continue watching me, subscribe. Bye.